Welcome back to Science with Mr. Rudoll. I am Mr. Rudoll, in case you forgot. And this is Batman. But he won't be doing any talking. But if he did, that'd be a little weird, and I'd be a little creeped out. Anyway, all jokes aside, families of St. Joe's Middle School Science, I'm so happy to be back for a second year here. I'm really looking forward to this year in science. There's so many creative things that we are going to be doing this year, and just continuing on with our exploration of science. This year, our science cycle is on Earth science, which covers so many different areas of study. I mean, you've got the solar system, you've got rocks and minerals, studying of oceans, the atmosphere, just even something as simple as gardening, soil, farming, energy production. There's so much stuff that we can do in this class this year, and I'm really looking forward to just taking it head on and hit the ground running and just go for it. One thing that I really want to try to keep in mind and our focus on is, our relationship with God during this year. Some of you may have seen already, or some of you may have helped with this assignment already, but I'm trying to keep along with our theme for the school year is serving the Lord with gladness. So our first unit of study is actually how to be a good steward of the earth. How to take care of God's creation as He commanded us. And that's why the first assignment, I really wanted students to look in the Bible and see what God says about taking care of His creation. Even us, we are part of His creation. All right, we are made in His image. So I kind of really want to focus on that aspect as well throughout the entire year, and just what it means to serve God. So there's so many things that I'm looking forward to doing this year. I'm looking around my classroom right now, and I'm already envisioning how I want to turn my classroom into a solar system. I want to use glow-in-the-dark. I want models. I want to hang stuff from the ceiling. I want to be able to turn off the lights in here and just become a planetarium. There's so many things I'm looking forward to. Another thing, too, that I'm looking forward to is last year we really couldn't use all of our 5 senses with labs, but this year we can. Okay, seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, even tasting this year. We're going to kind of go back a little bit into kind of our life science, but I want to grow edible foods in here. How to keep soil healthy. I mean, it's a part, if any of you have farmers in the family or are farmers, you know that keeping your soil healthy and full of nutrients is essential for producing a good crop. And I want students to see and learn that. So in the future, if they want to have gardens and grow cucumbers or basil or tomatoes, they know how to keep those plants healthy. It's a lot more than just putting soil, putting the seeds in there, watering every couple of days, and letting things go. I mean, on a smaller scale, yeah, but if you're doing a large-scale garden, you might need to keep up on your soil nutrients. And that's kind of one thing I want to do for labs, and that at the end of that lab, when we have healthy and bountiful plants, that we can taste them. I also want to take a trip out to the garden out here and show them the work it actually takes to maintain that garden and all the plant life out there. So, but it's not just going to be focused on gardening and all that. I mean, like I said, solar system, turn my classroom into almost a planetarium. Looking at oceans, looking at tides, creating your own tides, how the moon affects tides. So there's a lot of things we're going to be covering in this class, and I am so excited to just, again, like I said, be back here and be able to continue exploring this wonderful planet, this one God's creation with your students. And to kind of address how I'm going to do homework and assignments and kind of my late work policy, really I want assignments to be meaningful. I don't want to just give worksheets and say, here, fill this out, fill the definitions. I want to do hands-on. I want students to explore and be creative. So a lot of my assignments are going to be revolving around going around your neighborhood, take a survey, who's growing stuff, who doesn't have, or who's composting, who has chickens. I mean, I know in Rosemount there's a few homes I know of that have chickens. It's kind of become a popular thing to raise chickens. Something that's small, or even composting, or beekeeping, to produce your own honey. I want students to make models, so I want them to decorate my classroom when we turn this into a solar system. So all of these assignments are going to be meaningful. All right, like I said, they're not going to be just simple worksheets that here, fill out, turn in, get points. They're going to mean something. They're going to gain more from having less assignments that are more meaningful compared to just a lot of worksheets. So that's how I'm going to try to run assignments this year. For late work policy and turning stuff in, I expect students on the due date when the assignment is due to have it done and finished and ready to turn into their turn-in basket to my left here. I will, depending on situations like, hey, you were sick that weekend or you've been gone for a while, situational basis, I will give extensions or allow stuff to be turned in later. But if you've been here and you know the assignment, you know what it was doing, just didn't do it, I'm going to question why it wasn't done, and we can come up with a solution together. For this month of September and a little bit to October, I'm going to be a little lenient with late work, but I'm not going to just let it slide and not turn something in. I want to make sure that everyone turns their work in. But when we get further into the school year, I really want to make sure that students are keeping track on their planner, when it's due, what is due, and make sure they have it turned in. When an assignment's late, I'm going to say after 3 days, I'm going to start docking some points. And after that, we'll kind of, like I said, kind of a situational basis. But I really encourage every one of their students to sit down with families and go through planners, go through assignments, focus on what needs to get done first, get it done, get it turned in. So that's addressing homework policy, late work. Any questions, please feel free to contact me. Email is probably the best way. Otherwise, you can call the school and Mrs. Meaden will send you to my voicemail. Again, St. Joe's Families Middle School. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to hit the ground running, get into earth science, and explore all of God's creation. That's all I got. Take care.